All right, Lions fans, it is game day, and we're talking keys to the game for the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns running into Ford Field today. We're going to just jump right into it. We're going to be super quick. It's early this morning before we head off to the game, and I had to make sure that I got you the keys to the game. But first, let's talk about the matchup by the numbers right after this.
It's game time, Detroit, and you found the right place for the latest Detroit Lions news. So hop on in and take the ride to Super Bowl 60 with Rockhound Detroit Lions. Join Will Rock, Eric Rintamaki, and Riley O'Brien today on the Rise and Grind Morning Show. Good morning.
All right, don't forget, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., you can catch us live right here on Rockhound Detroit Lions, covering your Detroit Lions and NFL news each and every morning. All right, good morning, everybody. It is game day. Let's get fired up for these Detroit Lions as they're going to take on the Cleveland Browns, man. Very tough matchup today. This defense, like I highlighted last night and throughout the week, it's psychotic. That's the name that I've given it. It is absolutely psychotic. Let's roll right into the numbers. All right. Overall records and rankings. I mean, this one's fairly easy, right? The Lions are actually tied for fourth in the NFC. Now, there's a lot of teams, obviously, that have the same record, have not played each other yet. Let's go right back to that one, please. Thank you. All right. They have not played each other yet, so clearly, when things start to work themselves out over the course of a season, I think your Lions will be up there very soon. Overall record, Lions are tied for second. I'm sorry, that is supposed to be 1-2. The overall in the division, the Lions are tied for second. NFC North record, 1-1. On the other side, the Browns are 11th in the AFC, coming in with a 1-2 record. They are last in their division, 0-2 in their division. Let's get into the overall offensive comparison. Lions offense ranked third in the NFL, passing eighth, rushing fourth, scoring offense tied for second, points per game. Lions chucking up 34 points right now. That's a ton of points. Browns offense on the other side is, well, it's a huge drop off in comparison here. I mean, 22nd overall offensive ranking, 16th in passing, 29th in rushing, 30th in scoring, just not putting up a lot of points there at 15 per game. Slide 3, overall defensive comparison. Now here there is just like our offense to their offense. Well, their defense to our defense by the numbers tells you a much different story, right? Their total defense, they are first overall in the league. The Browns passing defense is fourth. Their rushing defense is first. Their scoring defense is 18th. And their defensive yards per play, they're giving up the 20th least amount of yards per play. 20th worst yards per play. For the Detroit Lions, 14th overall defense, passing 16th, which, I mean, you're talking 15 steps up from last year at this time, where the Lions are ranked 31st in the league. Our rushing defense is 11th. Right now, they're letting up about 99 yards per game on the ground. Scoring defense, 26th, and defensive yards per play, 25th worst in the league. Well, let's take a look at how the Lions look week over week. How's the defense, right? So week 3, we were 10th. Now we've dropped to 14th. The Lions were 12th in passing defense. We've dropped to 16th. The rushing defense is 15th. We have moved up to 11th. The scoring defense was 22nd. We've fallen down a little bit to 26th. And defensive yards per play, we were 22nd, and now we are 25th. Those numbers, I think, lie just a little bit. And the reason why is you're averaging against the rest of the league. It doesn't tell the whole story. I honestly don't know how the Lions have the week that they do last week and they would drop off numbers-wise. Well, just remember, this is against the whole league. Some teams have had some pretty easy layups so far through 4 weeks or 3 weeks of the season. And that's why their numbers are a little bit better than the Lions right now. All right, getting into slide number 4, the one that's going to matter the most today, the third-ranked offense going up against the first-ranked defense. What do the Lions need to do today to take that 8th-ranked offensive passing and defeat that 4th-ranked defense over there on the other side in their pass defense? I will say that with Denzel Ward coming into this game a little banged up, there is some injury concern there with him. He is able to suit up. He was designated with some sort of an injury concern on Friday by multiple reports, and then other reports said he wasn't. They did bring up, the Browns did bring up two corners for this game, and Trey Avery being one, and I forget the other gentleman's name. But guys, I'm just not worried about at all. Like after Denzel Ward, if he's struggling and leaves this game, it should be wide open for the Lions. They should be able to push the ball down the field. Here's my overall plan for the Lions. Neutralize Myles Garrett. And I mean, that's first and foremost, right? Use some chips from the tight ends, the running backs, and quick game concepts to prevent Garrett from wrecking the drives. Just like John Morton said, we cannot allow number 95 to wreck this game. They need to mix in some tempo, no huddle, quick snaps, limit Cleveland's ability to rotate their defensive line, but also trap them on the field. If we like a defense that they have on the field and we can use it against them, that's where you just want to go no huddle, continue to push it, don't substitute, and just gas them, right? That has to be the trick that the Lions use today. Gas this defense out early. Stay committed to the run. Look, yards are going to be tough today on the ground. Cleveland allows just 57 rushing yards per game, but abandoning the run, I think that plays into their hand where they can kind of sit back and pin back against Jared Goff today. That's not what we want to see. Attack the middle. I think that the middle of the field is going to be a little bit more open for the Lions today. Laporta, St. Brown, some sit-down routes. I think that Swartz's wide 9 front, it really opens up the seam option, which I think is an option for Laporta. It could be an option for Gibbs today. The Browns have done a really good job against tight ends, and so Laporta may not have a great day, but this is Laporta we're talking about. I think that he can do some damage today. However, the Browns are allowing maybe 10 yards a game to tight ends so far through this season, so not good, right? Quick hitters, crossers, option routes, tight end seams. I think all those things can work. Stress the linebackers out. The goal is to get in behind those linebackers, find a spot, sit down. Jared Goff hits you. A lot of motion, a lot of misdirection today. Create some leverage points. Obviously, protect that football, JG. No interceptions today. You have to win on the situational downs against the Browns. Next slide here, overall offense and offense comparison, team by team breakdown by Rockhound Detroit Lions. Total yards per game, Lions putting up 394 to the Browns 290. Passing yards per game, Lions 245 to the Browns 203. Lions passing yards per attempt 8 to the Browns 5. Just not close, right? Between these two offenses, the biggest number here is Joe Flacco is not able to get the ball downfield with 5 yards per attempt, one of the lowest marks in the league. Clearly, the Lions can take advantage of that. Now, last week before the Ravens game, the Lions were averaging right around 111 yards per game on the ground. I said that this team is closer to around that 150, 160 average. Well, just one game got us back there against the Ravens. Lions now averaging 149 per game. Rush yards per carry, 5. It's exactly where you love to see your team. But this team, I mean, Demo was averaging over 12 yards per carry last week. We can do some exciting things with this offense. Obviously, the edge so far to the Lions. I'd like to know what you think in the comments below. Where do the Lions rank, in your opinion, against this defense? Is this a no contest? Is this a tough contest? Let me know in the comments below what you think about this matchup today. Are the Lions going to have some difficulty? Lions defense versus the Browns offense. Look, I'm not concerned at all about this Browns offense, not one bit. Joe Flacco has been operating with a pocket that's only allowing him 2.3 seconds of time to throw, and that's just not enough time, right? I would say that if that was Lamar Jackson, well, then he's probably getting the ball downfield, finding some open receivers. Just not the case for the Browns and Joe Flacco. The Lions should be bringing a lot of pressure on Flacco today. He's a Statue of Liberty back there in the pocket, and he's even less mobile than what Jared Goff is. I see a lot of single high safety man-up schemes today, as Flacco has not been able to push this ball deep at all, and that'll be evident here in just a moment in a couple of slides where we look at the explosive pass plays by the Browns, or the lack thereof. Scoring defense for the Lions, 26th against the 30th worst scoring offense in the league, and the Lions allowing 25th most yards per play right now, and the Browns putting up 15 points per game. All right, let's get into the criticals. Lions criticals versus the Browns criticals as far as defense, offense is concerned. Red zone, third down, and fourth down are the most important areas for your offense. The Lions' red zone offense is operating at a high level, ninth in the league right now. Red zone TD scoring rate, 69%, which just tells you every time the Lions enter the 20-yard line into the red zone, they have a 69% chance of getting a touchdown, averaging 3.7 touchdowns per game inside the red zone. The third down conversion rate, 16th. I'm good with that. Third down conversion rate, 41st or 41%. Fourth down conversion rate, man, the Lions just do it, right? 88%. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are the Lions going to have to convert on fourth down today? Will the Browns put them in some sticky situations where the Lions have to go for it early in this game? I think there might be a couple. But I think that John Warren's going to try to evade the third down today by trying to push the ball a little bit deeper. Browns defense, obviously the 28th ranked in the red zone, which means the Lions should eat them up, Lions. Red zone touchdowns allowed in the red zone, 78% by the Browns. So that just plays right into the Lions' hands. If they're allowing 3.5 touchdowns per game and we're scoring 3.7, well, that probably means the Lions should put, 10 in the end zone today. Just kidding, but I'd say at least 4. Third down conversion rank, 18th by the Browns. Third down conversion rate allowed 42%, and fourth down conversion rate allowed 50%. Again, playing right into the Lions playbook. All right, when we get into the reverse here, the Lions defense versus the Browns offense in criticals, this one's simple to me, man. Look, we just can't allow the Browns to hang around at all. We have to be able to execute a defense that can get after Joe Flacco. Clearly, shutting down the run game is priority number one. I'm not really worried about their receivers in this game, but we have to play good defense no matter what. These are NFL players. It's an NFL team. You have to give them the respect. Red zone defense for the Lions is playing much better than what their rank is showing at 20th in the league. The Lions are allowing a 64% touchdown rate allowed. We've gone up against, two really good teams so far this year in the Packers and the Ravens, not so much the Bears. And those are the only two teams that really had some opportunity against the Lions. Red zone touchdowns, the Lions are allowing just over 2.3 per game. Third down conversion rate, 30th in the league at 50% rate. We're allowing too many teams to hang around on third down. Fourth down conversion rate, 25%. I love that number. I think the Lions are doing a great job. That third down conversion rate needs to come down in a hurry. We're allowing way too many teams to convert to get to a new set of downs. It just can't happen today. You cannot let this team hang around. No concern here. Let's get into Jared Goff, Joe Flacco. The Jared Goff versus Joe Flacco player-by-player breakdown. Again, brought to you by Pro Sports Zone. If you guys have not got your jerseys for the season, your Lions gear, whatever it is, stop into Pro Sports Zone today. 37700 6 Mile Road in Livonia at the Laurel Park Place Mall. Go visit John Yu today. I think he opens up at 11 a.m. Plenty of time. Stop in, grab a jersey, get to the game. Season passing yards for Jared Goff, 761. Joe Flacco, 631, and a lot of garbage time throws for him. Season completion rate, Jared Goff's killing it, man. He was 81% last week, 78% this week. Only 2 receiver drops for Jared Goff. Receivers doing an excellent job seeing that ball all the way in. And both those drops by Amon-Ra St. Brown, by the way, which is uncharacteristic. Passing touchdowns, Lions put up 7. Total interceptions, JG's only has 1 on the season. Passer rating, 120. I mean, just look across the aisle here. Joe Flacco, a 66 passer rating. Why is Gabriel not in the game? Why is Sanders not in the game? What are the Browns really trying to accomplish this season? I think that they're intentionally just trying to throw this away. Total interceptions by Flacco, 4. That means the Branch and Joseph law firm today should probably have a good time in the back end. I'm predicting, that's right, we're going to get an interception today. And since Terry and Arnold might have a reduced role, well, it could be Branch today. Right? He's owed himself one. The one that was taken back last 2 weeks ago. He's owed himself one. Branch needs to get one today, and I think that he will. Passing touchdowns, Joe Flacco's only thrown for 2. He has 4 receiver drops on the year. Completion rate, 61%. Just just not to the level that you would expect. All right, let's get into the explosives. Again, this one's real simple to me. You just can't let the Browns do anything above midfield, right? And the reason why is they're not even able to push the ball above 20 yards. So he has 25 attempts at 10 plus yards, 6 above 20, 0 above 30, 40, and 50 yards on the season. He does have 394 air yards on the season, but he's just not completing and they're just not taking shots. And the reason why? Well, that offensive line is not giving them time to set up shop and to allow Joe Flacco to push the ball downfield. But it's not the case for the Lions. 25 explosives, a lot of those completions, 20, 30, 40, and 50 yard plus air yards for Jared Goff. He has 8 above 20, 5 above 30, 2 above 40, and 1 above 50, the touchdown to Jamison Williams. It should be no different today. Jared Goff needs to get into his set. He needs to get that ball out quick. And that's it for your overall records and rankings breakdown. Now, let's get you guys my final take of the day here and where I think that this game is going. If you haven't checked out the Detroit Football Journal on Substack, I put all of my keys to the game on there. It's a little bit different. It is a full breakdown. It completely breaks down everything. In what I see for the offense this week, I broke down some plays from the Packers game of what this Browns defense really looks like, and it's pretty scary stuff, man. A lot of twists, a lot of stunts, and it's going to require this offensive line for the Detroit Lions to have some extremely good communication today. We're going to need extra blockers, extra chips going on. There's going to have to be some double teams probably on both sides. But this is a big day for Graham Glasgow. He cannot get beat inside by Mason Graham, and it's going to take a couple of guys to hold him out. So it's going to be an interesting day. Lions really need to step into this one. They need to play their best game of the season so far in the offensive line. They've been doing good the last 2 weeks, but this is a totally different style of a defense. Real quick, look, chips disrupt the stunts with interior dual protections. Laporta, St. Brown in that quick game. Max protect, take some shots downfield. J-Mo. No reason why you can't get J-Mo and Amon-Ra St. Brown in that tight formation. Going to be a lot of tight formations today. It helps to reduce the effect of the defensive line. But getting those guys out on seam routes, man, running some verticals, it's what the Ravens did to them, and they had some pretty good success with it. That's about a 2.2 to 2.4 release by Jared Goff, and I think that he can do it just fine. A lot of red zone misdirection I see going on in this game, but the Lions, they got to play hot. They got to play hot fast, and John Morton needs to mix it up, right? I want to see Jared Goff booting out a little bit, rolling out, a little speed out, get mobile, get away from the rush, right? Get away from that pass rush and get that ball downfield. He can do it, man. He's not the most mobile guy in the world, but he can do it. He's shown us. He's shown us plenty of times where that style of play out of Jared Goff works really well. Here's my stats of the day, man. I think that Jared Goff's going to be right around 24, 34, 253 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think he's going to be the leader today. He is the man beater. He's the best receiver in the game right now against man defense, and the Browns run man at the most level first in the league right now. So if anybody can do it, Amon-Ra St. Brown can do it. I have him going 6 of 68 for a touchdown. I have J-Mo going 4 for 65 and a touchdown. Sam Laporta, even though the Browns have done an excellent job against tight ends, I see 3 of 33 and a touchdown for him. Isaac Teslav, this could be a game where he gets inserted and has a couple of options in this lineup today, where maybe the Browns are not expecting it. I'm going 2 of 25 with a TD today. Brock Wright, probably not going to be utilized a whole lot. I'm at least giving him 1 catch, 7 yards, probably for a first down somewhere. David Montgomery, I feel, is going to be your leading back today, and not because he's just a power back. I know he doesn't like to be called that, but he is our most powerful back through, between the tackles, if you will. I have him going 10 of 65, 1 touchdown, which would be huge, right? That would be huge compared to what the Browns have allowed so far this season. That would be more like 10 for 30, right? If he can go 10 of 65, get a touchdown, get involved in the receiving game, I have him going 3 of 16 there. Gibbs, I think he's going to have an equal day, whether it's on the ground or through the air. I don't see him getting in the end zone today, but I hope he does. 39 yards receiving. And look, these are just my guesses. These are my predictions. But here's how I think it could go. I think either Sam Laporta or Jahmyr Gibbs could have a big day today. The reason why? Well, because that's what the Browns do well, right? They don't allow backs to catch the ball out of the backfield and tight ends to do anything downfield. So if they're able to have a big day today, I wouldn't be surprised. That just means the Lions came to play with a much better game plan. Lions win 35-14. We'll see you guys at the game.
Pressured by Hutchinson.